ain't heard that's the monster who I should have put out first. I should have put you out first, little girl. You know that? I should have put you out here first. What's going on, y'all? YouTube world. You know, wait. And get us a few people in. Bro, Roof, what's up? Where you from? Let me know when you come, where you from, how you doing. You know it's me, Mr. Platinum Paul from St. Louis. A big dog with a whole bunch of toolies. And yeah, big dog with a whole bunch of toolies. You know it's Mr. Platinum Paul straight from St. Louis. Got a bunch of dogs and you know they all bullies. Hey, yo. Let's do it. It's Mr. Paul, Mr. Platinum Paul, and you know I'm representing St. Louis. Big dogs. All over. Gotta love them, gotta love them. Nothing but my family. That's all I love. Back to the G code. You know where to go. Come on, go with her, man. Go ahead, go on with her. Back to the G code. Real G's never fold. So we know a lot of these dudes have real G's. On this episode. Wow, you can yo, you yay. I got a new play. What's up, YouTube family? We back in this piece again tonight, just like last night and the night before. We're going to keep the cameras rolling. We're going to keep this thing going. We're going to keep this thing growing. You already know it. I love the support. The good support, the bad support is all support. So, yo, let's do it. We talking about today how the American bullies can be an aggressive dog. Aggressive. Show them aggressive, girl. Get him, girl, huh? Where they kill at? Where they kill at? Huh? Where they kill go? Where they killer go? Where they kill at? Where them killers go? Huh? Where them killers at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? With all due respect, where they at? Where they at? Where they from? Where they from? You know I got to have 100 guns. And if I'm in the strip club, I gotta have 1,001. Cause I need chicken wings and cheese fries. And get the dollars out to the girl with the green eyes. Know they say strippers got green eyes. Meaning they got sight for that dollar bill. If you got green eyes, you probably like to see money. only like the money if you got green eyes. That's what I was told. Yay. Tell them, y'all, say yay. Here I come, y'all. Let's get enough time to get everybody worked up. Get everybody. Get him, Crook. Get him, Crook. Get him, Crook. Who is that? I'm talking to Crook. I wasn't talking to you, little boy Blue. I was talking to Crook. Let's start with you. What you do? And y'all know this show tonight is gonna be based on aggressive bullies. American bullies, full of aggression. Now, what in the hell makes a dog so aggressive? The bully always been in question about its aggression. Because a lot of people think and believe that the bully isn't an aggressive dog. Because everything get compared to the pit bull. Now, my experience from dealing with bullies and pit bulls is this. They the same. If you got a bully, only difference is pits ain't got no micro pits, no mini pits, no over large pits. A pit is a pit. Now, you know, they come up with all these titles of these different dogs. This dog is an XL this, and this dog is an XL that. And to me, I don't know where that came from. I don't know, like, what was the point of it? Maybe it was a selling point for breeders to use, you know, or whatever. Or they introducing new things to the game. I don't know. But I ain't one for all the new. I'm old school, so the new ain't really what I do. You understand me? I'm with the old. So, you know, and they say out with the old, then with the new. But I say, hey, keep it classic and keep it classy. You understand? That's how I rock and roll. You understand? Cause the new ain't good. The new is the ugly. Everything that's done changed from the old school over to the new school as far as just about everything. We ain't gonna leave nothing out. The music, you know, the gangs, the morals, everything is that's new. The presidents, man, everything that's new just messed up. It's fucked up. Excuse my language. It's messed up. And you know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Anybody that watch and pay attention and look and listen know. This New World Order is definitely, it sucks. It sucks. And it sucks. And it sucks. And it sucks. And guess what? You got it. It's gonna continue to suck. It ain't gonna never be right. It's gonna always be messed up. Until we get somebody in here, we need some real leadership. And we ain't got it. But we gonna get back to the topic of these bullies. Cause the bullies is the bullies is the bullies. Huh. What y'all know about that? We gonna keep these bullies on deck. We gonna keep these bullies doing what they do, you understand? Bullies is the dogs of the land. We got a lot of new different breeds out, and the bully being one of them. You know, they ain't classic. They ain't been out long enough, but they nickname them. You got classic bullies, but shit, they ain't classic. They new school. But yo, I'ma roll with it, and I ain't gonna roll against it. But come on, man, what y'all thinking about? Other than he got them dogs in the cage again. Yeah, man. You already know when you turn my show off, you gonna see my bullies, and you gonna see them like you see them. You got a couple outside running around right now, and they'll be back in a second. I wish I could let them all out at one time, because it'll be definitely cool. But I know if I let them all out, boy, they gonna be out there dragging each other across the yard. I have to bring the camera out. And y'all gonna hear me screaming and hollering, stop, quit it, cut it out, stop, get off of it, stop. Shit, these bullies is really bullies, y'all. Come on, get the bullies and bullies, get the bullies they props though. You know what? When you go to Google, and y'all Google it one day, and if you want to right now, Google what the jaw pressure is of an American bully, and see what the PSIs is of the American bully, and let's see how hard they can bite. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do on the next one. We're gonna talk about the bite force of the American bullies. That'll be tomorrow. We'll talk about the bite force on the American bullies. Now I'm willing to bet you that they ain't gonna have too much advice on what the bite force is of the American bully. You know why? You got it. It's too many different kinds. They made of too many different dogs, and ain't none of them gonna be the same. So they can't give you the PSI on the bully. That's what I'm willing to bet and believe. Because when they start making dogs like bullies, you gotta say, okay, which bully? Which the PSI on which bully is? And then if you don't know what the bully made of, because that's what everybody don't know. Everybody say, oh, the bully has got a bulldog in it and it's got whatever else in it. Okay? But what else is it? All bullies ain't made the same. All bullies just ain't got the same dogs in them. You know, you can take a pit bull and they can give you the jaw pressure on a pit bull. And even then, when we start talking jaw pressure on dogs, period, I'm a firm believer that ain't no dogs got the same amount of jaw pressure, the same PSI. I could go take two cane corsos. They could be the same age, and they could be the same color, and I guarantee you the bite force don't be the same. It's impossible. And it's just like you can go get a German Shepherd, you can go get a Rottweiler, you can go get whatever dog you want, and I guarantee you they PSIs ain't gonna be the same. See, this is how they mix you up. They just throw shit out there, and you can go Google it, but how can you Google something and get the right answer for it when it's just not, it ain't gonna be right? You know, that thing can tell you the jaw pressure of such and such is a such and such, and then you'll be running around telling everybody, no, you crazy, the jaw pressure, this is this. This thing got this amount of jaw pressure. And this one got no jaw pressure than that one. And all this type of stuff. But guess what? If your dog grew up as a puppy chewing on rubber, which is a big secret, you know, that you don't really tell people, get your dog rubber toys. Get your dog rubber toys. If you got big dogs, or if you got dogs and you trying to give them a hard bite, get them from a puppy, start them off on rubber toys. And I guarantee you, once they get older and you take them and you go somewhere to an expert that can tell you what the jaw pressure is on all the dogs in the world, and you go take your dog and go take a couple of them, couple different ones. Take one you that chewed on rubber, take one that ain't chewed on rubber, and go take them and make sure they're the same dog, and go take them and go do a jaw pressure check and watch the difference. So you got people that's just like, oh, the jaw pressure of a cane corso. Let me see who they said had the most strongest jaw pressure. The dog with the most strongest jaw pressure, if I'm correct, is supposed to be like it's supposed to be the Alawa, the dog that come from over there in Iraq and stuff like that, the Alibi. That's the dog that I believe they said got the strongest jaw pressure. Now, I could go and I could raise 2 or 3 dogs, okay? And then I could take them and I could raise them like I said, on rubber, or whatever I decide to give them to chew on from a puppy. Now, we talk about from a puppy. You gotta start this as soon as they get their shots, 6 weeks old. So you don't really want to have chewing on shit before then, because you don't want them to get sick. So, before they get their shots, you don't want to really chew on stuff, because if it's something on there that can make them sick, then they too young. And they can actually get sick for real. And if a little puppy gets sick from young, you know, it normally don't come out right for the little puppy. A lot of times it don't come out right. So you don't wanna get the puppy sick from nothing. So you gonna have to wait, at least give him a chance to get old enough to get his shots or whatever. And then try it after that though. And watch what I tell you. I could definitely make a dog, and I could take a dog and raise him and I can make his jaw pressure stronger than a whole bunch of dogs. I could go take a little type of dog, and I can raise him a certain way, and I guarantee you I can make his jaw pressure stronger than the dog they saying got the strongest jaw pressure. Because a lot of stuff to do with jaw pressure is what? Okay? It's going to have something to do with the bone in the jaw, the size of the bone first. Because when you getting something that's getting big and get like this, okay, it's going to automatically have a strong jaw pressure. We know that. So we ain't going to knock that because that's automatic. This sucker got jaw pressure is immaculate. Okay? But then I turn around and I go get something and I get it from and I've been training from a puppy and I done taught it exactly. I done taught it how what I'm looking for when I give him a toy is to chew it. Cause you can teach a dog anything. Let's say that first. It ain't nothing you can't teach a dog almost. And so the only thing you ain't gonna teach a dog to do is speak English. But he can understand it. He might not be able to speak it, but believe me, that cocksucker can understand it. So you gonna tell him, hey, go sit down somewhere. He gonna walk in a circle, and he gonna block up, and he gonna sit down. And it's gonna be that simple, just cause he heard the word. You ain't even gotta put dogs, you ain't gotta put whole words out for dogs. You can put a word out that just sound like the word, and that's what they gonna do because they felt like that was the command they just gave. And it wasn't even a command. It just sounded like the word. But I guarantee you, I could go get a dog, and I ain't gonna go get no small dog, of course. We gonna be looking at what type of dog you gonna be comparing it to. But I'm gonna get a dog that's close in size, because everything got its own weight class, first of all. So, of course, you know, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna go get a Chihuahua and I'm gonna make his bite force strong as a Rottweiler, because that's gonna be impossible because of the weight class. But now, I can go get a Chihuahua and I can go get a miniature Doberman Pinscher, or I could go get a fox, or I could go get a poodle. You know, I could get something that's in his weight class that's supposed to have the strongest bite, and I guarantee you I could raise the other dog to have an even stronger bite. So now, I guess, I'm going to guess when they start talking about bite force, only thing I can see when they start talking bite force is they talking about, you know, the dog natural bite force. Okay? And even then, when you talking about the natural bite force, even then, I believe that it's gonna differ. It's gonna differ. And just because that dog is large, it ain't gonna mean that this other dog is gonna have a stronger bite force than he got. I that's just ain't what I can see. Cause he don't have a strong bite force because he over there chewing on shit all the time. He chew up on that damn cardboard until it's gone. He got cardboard bite force. Don't let him bite into a piece of cardboard. Cardboard biting dog. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's like I don't be understanding and I really don't be knowing like where places like Google and these other platforms, these other you know, places online, whatever you want to call them, these apps or whatever you want to call them. I don't know where a lot of the information come from, because if we're going to be honest about things, these things, you can ask these things anything. They got an answer for almost anything. It's like, it's almost like these things know everything. And it make you say, damn, this thing know everything. Or it appears to know everything. But guess what? That's an illusion. Because what they know is this. People nowadays go by the first answer they get. If they Google it and Google tell you the answer, if we bet, then you automatically feel like you won the bet. Because Google said this. And the first thing what people do when they say, when Google say this, they jump up and down like, I told you what Google say. And they stop there. Man, Google ain't right about everything. It's just like saying every Mustang go outrun every Camaro. And both cars, they the same year, they the same type of, they built off the same type of they built off the same type of endurance. If you understand what I'm saying. And it's like, so if we go get 10 of each of these cars, you telling me if Google said that the Mustang such and such is the fastest out of the two, and these things got compatible motors, and they compatible, and they already in the competition, because these people that built these things and own all this stuff, they got so much money that they gotta find another love out of stuff. So the money ain't worth the love that for them no more. Cause at first when they started, yeah, the money was the chase. But now the money made. So now the money we used to it. We rich. Outstandingly rich. So now we gotta find another love out of this. So what's the next love? Competition. Competitive. We gotta compete. I gotta make more sales than you this year. I gotta sell more vehicles than you. I gotta take a vehicle and I gotta make this vehicle faster than yours. You all right, man? You over there hoofing and hoofing and hoofing. Stop chewing on that cardboard, boy. I keep telling you that. I'm gonna have to give him I'm gonna have to run his blood and make sure, because I know dogs can get cancers and all kind of stuff. But I know also dogs be chewing on stuff. And they'll be chewing on it, and having shit stuck all down in them. But at the same time, y'all take everything lightly. When signs show, you gotta get them checked out. So I'm gonna have to get my boy checked out. But that's something that I can't do. So I'm gonna have to get a check done. But like I was saying, so you gonna go get all these Mustangs and all these Chevys, and you mean tell me that Ford gonna win every time. Every race. That Ford that's compatible to that Mustang gonna beat them every time. I don't believe it. Cause I'ma tell you one thing. Put different drivers in each car and pull them up to the start line and race them then. Cause what we know, sometimes it's the driver. The car rolls, the car goes, but the driver, sometimes the driver gotta know how to switch gears. If that driver don't know how to switch them gears, and all he know how to do is just hit the gas pedal and run them straight, then of course, he gonna lose. Cause these cars made with the performance of what? These different gears. You gotta switch them gears. You gotta know how to make this sucker get that jump start. You gotta know how to make that sucker get up out of there. And see, that's one thing people don't pay attention to. That you got to have a good driver racing that car. And I guarantee you that both cars gonna win, a certain amount of races. Of course, we gonna have one that's gonna win more than the others. And then we can go and say, okay, this the fastest vehicle because we ran it this many times. And we use different drivers. And that's how you gonna get that. So my point is this. But when you Google which car was the fastest, it told you the Mustang. But when you jumped on that racetrack, that Mustang ain't perform the way you thought it was gonna perform because that Chevy had that driver that knew how to hit them gears. He knew how to hit them gears, and he made that sucker get out of there. You understand? So you can't just go off everything you heard. Sometimes you gotta take it and study it further. You gotta go get second opinion and all kind of stuff. Because they'll tell you that a pit bull, since a pit bull is known and got a reputation for fighting, a lot of people think a pit bull can't lose. Hey, get off that door out there. A lot of people feel like the pit bull can't lose. You know, it got a fighting reputation, so it's gonna whoop everything you come up against. And that ain't the truth. You know, I could take a pit bull and yeah, he go. One thing we know about the pit, most of anyway, gonna go. Some pit bulls ain't gonna even fight. So how can you go into saying that a pit bull can whoop this, or this can whoop a pit bull, and all of them can't fight? You gonna get some of them, they ain't gonna even fight. They gonna sit there and they ain't gonna want none. They gonna sit there and put their tails down and duck their head down because they don't want to fight. So now, with that being the case, How you gonna judge it then? What you gonna say? Since you seen one pit bull that didn't fight, you gonna say now that a pit bull ain't no dangerous dog or he ain't no fighting dog because you seen one pit bull that wasn't about that. So you gonna make your judgment off that one time? Hell no. You gotta go and see other dogs. Yeah, boys. Be quiet. Take that. Her. You too. Take that. Her. Her, man. Hurry up and take it. Now, who coming out next? Be quiet, man. Her. Now, everybody got something to chill with. Now, y'all chill out. So, now, who threw their bone out? You threw your bone out here? Her. That's why you in here doing what you doing, because you done tore up the whole doggone cage. That's why you doing this. That's why you coughing and stuff. You just turn up everything, don't you? You a turned up sucker. This is my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. I'll be glad though, man. Y'all believe it or not. One day, when the summer hit, we gonna rearrange this whole thing. We gonna rearrange this whole setup when the summer hit. They gonna be outside. I'm gonna have that gate. I'm gonna either put up that gate or I'm gonna be gone to something different. But we gonna switch the game. We gonna do something different. You understand me? We gonna do something different, and we gonna bring some content other than this. Y'all see me in the garage all the time, and seeing me in the basement with the dogs. We gonna do something different. Y'all ain't gonna have to worry about it. We gonna have some new footage. We gonna do some good footage, man. We gonna do some different stuff. We're gonna have the dogs out. And things gonna look up. But right now, you understand me? It ain't always, it's expensive when you're raising dogs. I just was at the dog store and I looked at a bag of dog food. $44. At the dog store, and I was just looking at the dog food, and I was just thinking like, damn, it's expensive to feed dogs. It costs to feed dogs. To feed dogs ain't cheap. A bag of dog food for and this is a cheap bag of dog food. A cheap bag of dog food. What's that, man? A cheap bag of dog food. A cheap bag of dog food you know, or when I say for a cheap brand, $44. $44 for a bag. And now, that's you might say, okay, that ain't nothing. And to some people, it ain't nothing. But to some people, that's a whole bunch. Some people, man, having a hard time buying their lunch when they at work. So everybody ain't looking at you know, oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. No, it is something. Because a lot of people have to get rid of their dogs because they can't afford to feed them. They can't afford to feed them, you know? And then when you start buying stuff like this by the box, then you really gonna be coming out of pocket. And then if you feed your dog good dog food, or what they call good dog food, it costs a whole bunch more than the cheap dog food. The bag be this big for $40 of the good dog food versus the dog food they say ain't no good. $44 get you a bag this big. But it don't matter because that bag this big, it ain't gonna take long. Now when you got dogs, now if you got a dog, then okay, that bag of dog food might carry you for a minute. But when you got dogs with an S, man, and don't have more than two. Don't have more than two. Please, don't have more than two. Hey, man, you better have a job that, and it ain't even safe. It ain't safe because, look, everybody done jumped on the bill, and when it was time to vote, everybody came and voted for Mr. Donald Trump. They was ready to even go to war. They was ready to kill about Donald Trump. They was ready to do whatever. Now, the man that everybody voted for, that wanted him, he got in position, right? He is now the president of the United States. Okay? Thanks to the votes of the Americans, he made it to be the president of the United States. But now look, the same people that voted for are the same people that's crying. They crying now because they didn't put him in office. And once you turn, ain't no turning back. Once you go one way, that's where you stay. Just like in the streets and everything else. If you choose that team, that's your team. Ain't no coming back, ain't no changing. Your enemies, they enemies is your enemies now. Because you done recognized yourself to be on a certain team. So ain't no coming back from that. But back to my point about Donald Trump. They took Donald Trump, and they put Donald Trump in office, right? Sure did. Now they closing down federal buildings. People ain't got jobs no more. Folks getting fired that's been working over 30 years because he can do it. Okay? And you know why they getting fired? They getting fired because they know the ins and outs. You can't pull nothing over their head. They've been around too long. They've been around a position of power too long. They know how things go. They know how things supposed to go. And the things that he want to go ain't the way things supposed to go. So, what he got to do? He got to get them out the way. So now, you got people on the news. One guy seen on the news even said it himself. He said, I voted for Trump, and now my wife, I don't know if she's going to continue to have a job. And I just look like, well, you picked who you wanted. You chose your side. Don't start crying now. Because you should have knew. You should have knew that dude was all about the money, man. That man sitting there laughing while he's sticking it to America. He a gangster, man. And America couldn't understand that. You could have put any big time gangster in office. Since you put him in office, you could have put anybody in office. You could have went and got a gang member from LA and could have put him in office. You understand? You could have went and got a gangbanger from LA and had made him the president. Because DT ain't no different. He just don't twist his fingers. And knowing him behind closed doors, he probably do got a way he throw up his set. He might just have a way that represents his set. He just might say this means such and such and throw his fingers and twist his fingers. Yeah. Because see, now, the joke's on you, Jack. And why is that? Because that's who you wanted to put in office. So, you getting what you want. A lot of people was getting a lot of work done for a low price. You know, it wasn't costing them a lot when they could hire Mexicans to do all their work, and the Mexicans didn't want a lot of money. But watch how it go now. Watch how it go when you hire the Mexicans coming soon. They gonna be telling you that ain't enough money. They gonna tell you that they need more money than that to do the job that you want them to do. They ain't gonna be cheap no more. Because why? Because of the guy they put in office. You know why? Put DT in there. You put the doggone muscle in office. You know how a gang got a gang, and you got the ones in the gangs that make the money and produce produce the dope or whatever. But then you got the guys that carry the guns and put in the work when you disrespect the wrong person or when you disrespect what they are. That's called the muscle. That's what that man used to be. That man used to be the muscle. Yeah. And now he the leader. Now he the leader. He the leader of the biggest gangs in America now. Which is what? The police, the KKK. Yeah, he the biggest, he the new leader of the gang. And guess who? Guess who? Guess who initiated them? You got it. Everybody that signed his name on that, everybody who marked and checked his name on that vote when they went to the polls on that ballot. Everybody that put their name on that ballot, them are the people who initiated that man into the game. And they wasn't initiating them to the police. They ain't know who they was initiating them to. They just initiated them. And they ain't even know they was initiating. That's how crazy it is. They ain't know they was initiating. Yeah. Yeah, so now what? He coming with plans that's already affecting the whole world. His plans ain't just affecting the United States. His plans affecting the entire world. The entire world. Because them people over there in them other countries, they can't hold down their own beef. So they run over here to get America. They need America for their beef because they can't handle their own beef. So they run right over here and they talk to America. Yeah, we can't stop this country from destroying us. And America do what? America get right into it because of who? One or two people. One or two people. And put America at risk. And that's what people don't see. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Trump was gonna be good for, keeping us out of wars. That's what I thought. I thought he was gonna be good enough to keep us out the wars. I thought he was gonna be good enough to make keep the world peace going. That's what I thought. I ain't vote for nobody. But I still had my thoughts. And what I thought, I'm like, sure, at least he know how to get along with people. He know how to keep these countries, at peace and keep America out of the system, keep us out of all the war stuff. But he going after everybody. He want to send everybody back to their own countries. And if I had to guess, if he had the chance, he'll send all the black people back to Africa. And that wouldn't be bad, believe it or not. Might be a good thing. But it ain't never good when it's forced on you. When it's making your own decision, then yeah, it's cool. But when it's forced on you, and you made to do it, then now it ain't gonna be cool because this was done out of force and not out of your own decision. See, that's when people have a problem with it. When you made to have to do something, that's when you don't want to do it. But when you do it on your own, it ain't so bad. You know, if we all wanted to go back to Africa on our own accord, it wouldn't be so bad. But when we got to go back because he said we got to go back, you know, we ain't got no choice. Now it ain't no good. What the heck you mean we got to go back? We got to. Then it's like, you know, now it ain't cool no more because he making you do it. You ain't got no choice. You got so many hungry, homeless people out here that ain't got nothing. And I mean literally nothing. And they got churches, Catholic churches taking up the whole block. And ain't got one bed there for a homeless person. Not one bed there for one homeless person. But the church go all the way down the block. What is that, man? What is that? How can you explain that? How can you explain that? How? A lot of the stuff going on, people don't understand going on because of other people. And I'm gonna tell you the worst part of it all. Because even white people, they always feel safe in America. Ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe. You know why? Because the people they picking on stay in your backyard. The people they causing problems with stay in your backyard. They ain't gonna be able to touch him for 1,000,000 years. Because the only person that can touch him is the people that's on the inside with him. That's the only person that can touch that man. Is the people on the inside. You won't ever be able to touch him. Not none of us. But guess what? When the war pop off, we gonna be the ones that's gonna suffer from it. We gonna be the ones that the food go up on. And they cut food stamps off. But food going up. Because it's a fight going on. So Come on, man. You gotta be with me. You gotta understand what I'm telling you. You gotta understand this thing. You can't have, and that's why education is so important. Because education teaches you not just math and how to read and all that. It teaches you how to understand. It teaches you how to use your brain. And that's what education good for. Education, it'll get you a job for sure. But as we see what's going on in the world, jobs ain't safe right now. Cause right here in Missouri, they pushing to close down the federal buildings. And they said they gonna keep a couple of them open. But for the most part, they gonna shut all of them down. What that mean, man? What that mean? Somebody with some common sense tell me what the hell that means. Let me tell you what it means. It means people that's been working all their life to have something and to retire and leave something for their children. All them dreams getting broken. All them dreams getting broken. It's gonna come to a time where, listen, a lot of people in the land, like it's already is, a lot of people in the land gonna die broke. You see so many funerals nowadays that people can't pay for. It's heartbreaking. Your parents die and you ain't got nothing to bury them with. If they ain't leaving you no money, or you ain't had no insurance, life insurance, you can't even bury your loved ones. You can't even bury your loved ones. And the problem ain't even came yet. The problem ain't even really came yet. Not the real problem. Not the real problem. The real problem ain't even came yet. You ain't even seen the real problem yet. Because we don't even know what the real problem gonna be. We don't know. We don't know what the hell the real problem gonna be. But I know one thing. They jumped the wars off and all the fighting and stuff started. I know this. Everything gonna go up after everything get cut off. They gonna give you some money like they did the last time. They gave us that little free money. I think it was like $1,400. And then something else. It was something like that. I can't remember the exact amount. And even now, they telling people, we finna get this money again. Except now, they gonna give us $5,000. They gonna give us $5,000. And guess what? For the love of money is what? Is the root to all evil. Okay? So now, when they dump this 5,000 on us, what you think? What that 5,000 gonna help? What that 5,000 gonna help? That 5,000 ain't gonna do nothing but help, as they say, boost the economy. That's what it's gonna do, right? It's gonna boost the economy because fools spend their money in foolish ways. A fool and his money shall soon depart, is one of the sayings. So they gonna give everybody 5,000. And guess what? A large percentage of the black community, which they know this, that 5,000 gonna destroy you. They would have been better off without the 5,000. Because now they gonna pump more dope into the land. They gonna make people feel like, okay, this is my chance to get on. So a lot of dudes gonna turn to drugs because they got 5,000. So they gonna be trying to hustle now. And guess what? That means what they doing? That means they messing up the community. Now now we pumping the poison into our own community, and we pumping it at a high volume because everybody got 5,000. Now the robbery, the crime gonna go back up. And guess what? A lot of black people gonna die, and just as many gonna go to jail. Just as many gonna go to jail because they gonna put a task force out here. They gonna go get a heavy task force and put a task force out here to catch dudes that's out here trying to turn this money into something. They gonna take them and they gonna take them to jail. And then once they do that, they gonna take one to jail. And as we see it all the time, we see it in the hip hop world. And I know a lot of dudes see it in the hood. What they gonna do? They gonna tell. They gonna snitch. They gonna tell on each other. So now one person get caught, it's gonna be like 7 people getting caught. Because they gonna tell. When they get caught, they gonna tell. They gonna tell. And then so when they tell, guess what? There go some more black people in prison. Cause blacks ain't telling on whites. They ain't telling on Chinese. They ain't telling on nothing but they own couple. These same dudes that be out here in people paperwork and be informants for the law, they don't tell on nothing but black people. And they can give them a white person that's gonna supply them, and guess what they gonna do? They gonna keep it solid. I ain't even gonna say just white. You can almost give them any color. And guess what they gonna do? They gonna keep it solid. They gonna keep it solid. They gonna keep it solid with them. And I don't understand how and why. How can you tell on your own kind, but then if you were selling dope for somebody of another origin, you gonna be loyal to them and you ain't gonna tell on them. You gonna let them stay out here. But if you was hustling for your own kind, you will put him away. You will let them people tell you, we need such and such. So we need you to take care of that. Because you know, if you don't take care of that, you already know what we gonna do to you. You gonna be gone. You gonna be gone for 20 years. And all you had to do at the beginning was take the very first, tell them you want to plead out, tell them you want a lawyer, and tell them, hey, listen, whatever y'all offering, come on with it and let's get it going. Put me in front of the judge so I can go ahead and take mine, and I can go and do what I need to do so I can come on back to my family or whatever. Unless you done did a horrific crime that ain't gonna bring you back to your family. Now that's a different program. And you know, and so you can't tell about that no way, because you ain't gonna, once you start taking lives, unless you really gonna give them somebody like Pablo Escobar, man, they not letting you they not gonna let you get out for telling somebody small. That ain't going. That ain't going. You got a murder. It don't matter what you go. It don't matter who you tell on. Cause you got somebody who loved ones is hurting, and they family gonna look and say, ain't no way in hell they better let him out of jail. And he killed my daughter or my son. I wouldn't care if he told on whoever. They better not release him from prison. And then they turn around and release him from prison still. And you can go, once they release him, you can go kill him. And guess what? They gonna put you in jail. They ain't gonna worry about it. They ain't gonna think about that he killed your people. They ain't gonna think about none of that. They gonna put you in jail. Plain and simple, for murder. And when you get on the news, they just gonna say, person killed because he was released back into society after brutally murdering another person. And he been released. That's what, stop, boy. That's what they gonna say. They gonna say he victim got killed because he killed somebody. He killed somebody, and they let him out of prison, and the subject family members got mad that he was out, and they killed him. And the family members are now being charged with first-degree murder. Now it's being charged with first-degree murder because they premeditated going to kill this guy because he killed their family members. And they one time, they ain't gonna lose no sleep about it. The judge gonna go home and he gonna talk to his wife or his kids about it. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ask me, and I might be wrong, but I know I ain't 100% wrong, and I know this happens, because all you gotta do is use your common sense. A lot of judges that deal with high-profile cases go home and talk to their families just to see what they family think about it. And a lot of them take their family advice on what they feel about this person's innocence. If they family say, well, I believe he guilty, dad or mom, the way it sound and look, I believe that he's guilty or she's guilty. And that's where they get, and that's where they get, that's where they get a lot of their decisions from. A lot of them get their decisions at home listening to their family members and what their family members think about a situation. Come on, let's think about it. And let's use some real common sense. And you tell me I'm wrong about that. What do you at home, what you sit down and talk to your family members about when you at home with your family? About if you encountered a situation. Do you let your family give you insight? Or you don't? Me personally, I let my family give me insight because sometimes you just can't see clearly. Sometimes you can't see what you need to be seeing. If you understand what I'm saying. And so, they seen something or caught something, and they made something make a little sense to you, and you like, you know what? They totally right. And then bang, that be the decision they make. That be the decision they make. And it's that simple, and it's that easy. Because they put people in control a lot of times that don't need to be in control. Here it is, you take a judge, and because this judge went to college all his life, you take that judge and you put him on this pedestal and you allow the judge to make the decision, and the judge don't know two things about the streets. Yeah, he ain't spent the day in the streets. But he get to make the decision on a street situation. That just don't sit right with me. Now, I dang on almost believe that they ought to take neutral guys, they're street guys, and they ought to make them the doggone judge. But they gotta be in the position of a neutral situation. And they need to be listening to, what went on in situations, because we know the streets. We know situations. We know, okay, if you was saying you was in a dope house and you was doing this and that, and then this happened, somebody that ain't never been in a dope house, they can't understand that. All they see is they just heard the inside. They just heard what they heard, and they just like, okay, guilty. Okay, not guilty. But they don't know as taking somebody that's done been in trap houses, that's done been in dope gangs, and they neutral on the situation, and they gotta make a decision. They gonna say, well, hold on, you was in the dope house and what? Why was you in there and you had $10,000 in a bag, but you was just trying to find 50? They gonna be like, hold on, we gonna do it. We the judge, we gonna be like, you was in there trying to buy just $150 and you had $10,000 in the bag? That don't sound right. Hold on, somebody lying now. Versus a judge ain't gonna even let that, they ain't gonna even let that be a part of the evidence. They ain't gonna even put that in the evidence. And that's gonna be the biggest part to help solve the case. And they ain't gonna take that and let that even enter into the evidence. Because why? They don't know no street stuff. They ain't never been in the streets. So yeah, they ain't never been no street guys. So guess what? The wrong is gonna be a bad decision made on somebody else's life. It's gonna be an incorrect decision made on somebody else's life, because you're using somebody that ain't got no real knowledge of these type of situations that you're talking about, versus somebody that's been through these situations, understand them, but no longer involves himself in that type of lifestyle. That's who I would, if I know I had something going on, I know that's who I want my judge to be. I wouldn't want no judge to be over my situation that don't understand what's going on, and all he see is somebody got killed, and that's it. All he know and understand is you killed somebody. Plain and simple. Ain't nothing else to understand. You murdered somebody. But he'll leave out the evidence that shows you had every right in the world to murder that person. Because one thing you can believe, when you got judges and lawyers that's high profile individuals, you can believe they got people that get in touch with them all the time. They got people that call shots all the time over them. Make sure he falls. Don't let him walk out that courtroom. Make sure he don't see the streets ever again. They get them type of phone calls. And guess what? That judge say, yes sir, I got you. And now you going to court for 2 years. You gotta go to court for 2 or 3 years. And you don't even know that the clock already done struck 10. You don't even know. You don't even know that you already guilty. Because somebody already done put the card down and told them, hey, don't let them walk, man. Don't disappoint me. Don't let me down. And that's exactly what that judge do. What that person told them to do. But you innocent until proven guilty in America. Right on? How many of us innocent where when we go to court for something? I know in jail, you ain't never innocent. People in jail, they get what's called a write-up or a sanction or a ticket. They got different names for it. But once you get it and the guard write it up and the guard say, you did this and you did that, and now you gotta go up in front of the caseworker, and he gonna ask you about the situation, and you gonna explain it to him the best way you can to let him know that you ain't good for this ticket. And guess what he gonna do? He gonna write and tell you, well, by the evidence that was gave, inmate was found guilty. Inmate was found guilty due to the evidence that the staff officer presented. And he gonna tell him, so, inmate guilty. Yeah. And that's how they do it. You get a write-up. If that caseworker throw it out, you a bad mama jama. Because they don't ever go against each other in prison. Not the staff. Hardly. All them is all in the same game. The COs, the police, all them come up under the same gang. It's just different sets, different, you know, like you got Crips, but you got different kind of Crips from different areas, just like with Bloods, just like with every gang. You got them, but they just got, you know, they up under different sets, but they the same gang. That's how the police is, and everybody in the COs and all them, they all in the same gang. So it's all of them. They all in the same gang. And how you know they all in the same gang? Cause when something get too big that they can't handle alone, they go get the rest of them for assistance. They'll go get certain ones off the street for assistance. In prison, if something get too hard, they gonna call the police to come in there, or they gonna call another prison and have that prison to bring multiple guards. They ain't got enough guards. So they gonna have that prison to go and get more guards. And them guards gonna come and they gonna need business. And they gonna do the same thing that the other guards was gonna do. Whether they came or not. I mean, you know, they not whether they came or not, but they gonna just do the same thing that the other guards gonna do. They gonna treat you bad. Cause they all in the same gang. They all in the same gang, so they bring it, they gonna bring it. And they gonna come hella deep, and they gonna outnumber us by numbers. They gonna outdo us by so many numbers. Cause you already in a controlled environment. So you can't make your numbers no more than what they are. You can't make your numbers go up. You can't make your numbers bigger than theirs, because they got you in a controlled environment. So your numbers gonna stay the same. They not gonna go up. All right? I see y'all. I'm looking at y'all. I peep at Okay, now what we got new going on? The newest thing going on right now is what? After 29 years, going into 30 years, they still contemplating Who killed Tupac? Now, they done went and got this dude, Keefy D, and they done made him responsible for Tupac murder. Okay? From statements that he made in books and all kind of stuff, because they fooled him a long time ago and made him think he gonna be able to talk what he wanna talk, and that they let him say what he wanted to say, and they gon' act like, come on, go on outside, go. Come on, man. Come on, boy. Come on, hey, come here, boy. Go on outside. Come on. Let's go. Go on outside. Go with him. Go. There you go. They made dude guilty for Tupac murder because he done said he was in the car a long time ago, and the shots came from the back seat, and he smiling and laughing, cause they gonna smash him, man. He ain't gonna get out on. He ain't gonna beat this murder case. I'm telling you right now, he ain't gonna beat it, and I'm gonna tell you why he ain't gonna beat it. He not gonna beat it because when he got interviewed, he said that he was forced to make them statements. When they showed him in the interview, he had a suit on, and he said, because of street code, these was his exact words, and this shit is right there on your phone. You can look it up. It said, he said right there on that interview, when they said, so who was Tupac killer? He said, I can't tell you that because of street code. That's what he said. Now, how the hell you gonna identify that with being pressed to say something by the police? You gonna say you can't tell because of street code. And then you got a smile on your face while you saying it to this man. You think this a game. You got a smile on your face and you saying, oh, I can't say nothing because of street code. Come on, man. That's what he gonna say. That's what he said. And they got him blocked and locked in for the death of Tupac Shakur. And if you ask me, the dude Orlando Anderson, I don't know. You know, it's shit that get done in front of your eyes every day to make you not believe stuff. You know, you see magicians fumbling with stuff all the time. You see magicians pulling strings out their sleeves or pulling strings out their hands that's a mile long, and you know that it's a magic trick because you ain't stupid. You know that's a magic trick, but the thing is, it happened right in front of your eyes. And you just know it's a magic trick because you know magic. You know That stuff is the fool made to fool kids and make kids say, wow, did you just see that? He took that right out of his ear, Mom. And they kids. So that's made for the kids to believe. You understand? Hey, you done? That's made, that stuff was made for kids to believe. But my point is, you see it every day. You see stuff every day. And, hey, stop, little girl. And dude, just because he on there, and just because they said that dude killed Tupac, don't mean that he killed Tupac. Cause this the thing. He did. And why you think he died so fast? It ain't take them long to kill him. It ain't take long for him to die. Just like when Donald Trump was supposedly got shot at. And he did the fist pump. Something I never live this down. I never live that down because of one reason and one reason only. When death is on your bumper, you ain't gonna do no fist pump. If somebody got you in traffic and they shooting at your car while y'all driving down the street, they start shooting at you, and you gonna go out the window and do this while they shooting at you. Yeah, and these boys, try to turn your thing up, and you gonna go out the passenger window because they shooting at the driver's side and say, yeah, you ain't hit nobody. Man, you gonna be swerving. After they get done shooting, you still gonna be trying to make sure ain't no more bullets coming at your behind. Go get into some drama. And I want to see you do a fist pump. I love to see that. Hey, because anybody out of aim or doing that and start shooting that, man, they ain't do no fist pumps. Like, yeah, they ain't did no mess like that. Man, those people trying to get the hell out of my way. Watch out, dog. He shooting, he trying to shoot. He trying to kill you. And you gonna sit there and fist pump. You gonna really make me try to shoot. I'm really gonna try to blast you if you do a fist pump at me and I done shot at you. Man, I'm really gonna try to take your behind now. You gonna fist pump at me and I'm sitting there shooting at you and you gonna put up your middle finger while I'm trying to chase you down and shoot you. No, man. It don't work like that, family. It don't work like that, family. But anyway, back to the aggressive bullies. Some days they silly, and some days they not. Today seems to be one of the calmer days. I thought I was gonna come in here and I was gonna see a whole bunch of aggressive dog behavior. But I guess they decided against that. Stop, boy. Get back. Get it on back. Enjoy that. Eat that. Hold up. Mo. Yeah, there you go. Jump across. Go ahead, eat your food. Well, I know, boy. I know. Just wonder how many people thought that. I wonder how many people still believe that that was true. That thing with Donald Trump. Some people probably really believe that, man. I mean, and it could have, allegedly, it could have possibly really have happened. He could have really been crazy enough to fist pump. I don't know. I know I ain't doing no fist pumping. And then they killed dude just as fast as he done it. They killed him. Instead of catching him some type of way and letting him live so they could hear what he had to say and what his justification for shooting at the president was. I can only imagine what would have came out if they would have told him if he was alive, if he survived, and they told him, we putting you in jail for the rest of your life, or we giving you the death penalty because you shot at the president. I guarantee you he would have told you somebody gave him $20 million to do it and promised him to always take care of him and his family forever. I bet you that's what he would have said. He would have came out and told you some type of promise that he was promised if he would have done that. They told him, we don't want you to hit him. We just want you to shoot, just shoot at him. Don't hit him. Just shoot in his direction. Yeah. Just like that. We don't want you to hit him now. And you think they would have went and got somebody to shoot at the president that was gonna miss? Do you think they gonna go get somebody to shoot at the president that's gonna miss? Do you think that building that man sent them shots out of, do you think that man, that rooftop, the shots was sent out of, you don't think that building was cleared to make sure that don't nobody shoot off that rooftop? You don't think that area was secured for him to just walk in broad daylight with a gun and climb up a ladder on the side of a building and take a shot at the president of the United States? If that's what happened, then we in danger anyway. He can't protect us no way then, because they almost killed him. So what the heck we got coming? What the heck do we got coming? Well, we ain't got nothing coming. But I'm telling y'all better watch and be paying attention and really be trying to do something with your life, because when it get hard, and it don't lighten up. And when you start dealing with things, like I said, stuff like awards and things of that nature, man, you can't, man, it gets so hard. Everything go up. The land get contaminated. The water get contaminated. Then the people who they starting to fight with is the people who sell us everything we buy. These the people that sell us everything we buy, the same people that they try and take the war. It's the same people that make our food. When you go to restaurants, pump your gas, they own the gas stations, they own the restaurants. So how we got, what chance we got? They showed you when they blew up, when them planes hit them buildings. You should have learned from that, that the citizens of the United States and the people that's fighting in the war is going to be the only casualties. We're going to be the only casualties out of all that. Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody else gonna be a casualty but us. We gonna be the only, and I ain't talking about just black people. I'm talking about American citizens. We gonna be the only ones that's gonna be affected. And it's gonna get to a point to where blacks and whites gonna have to work together. Why? Because that's how bad it's gonna get. It's gonna get bad for everybody. It ain't gonna just get bad for one race of people. Man, it's gonna get bad for everybody. Everybody gonna have some hard times. Everybody. Meaning everybody. Just like I said, they got Chinese restaurants in the white areas. Some white people eat Chinese food. A lot of white people go shopping at the grocery stores. I see them all the time. And when the wars go off, ain't gonna be no limit to where the strikes go to. The strikes gonna go everywhere. We almost, black people dang near, almost gonna have a better chance at surviving the war than the Europeans. Because they start not to like, these other races are starting not to like the Europeans because they seeing how greedy they are. They doing business with them. They doing business with them. And they seeing how greedy they are. They going up on everything. They supplies going up. And they like, dang. Then they gonna stop letting these countries bring their equipment from other countries. They gonna start making them buy it from right here in the United States. If you gonna use it in the United States, you gonna buy it in the United States. That's where he trying to go with it. So it's gonna be all type of stuff that's gonna be causing the problems. It's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be making things problematic. I'm telling you, you ain't gotta believe me if you don't want to, because we gonna see it. You ain't gonna be able to look at the news because all electricity gonna be all messed up. It ain't gonna be no electricity. It ain't gonna be no electricity. Because everything that's done got bombed, the electricity gone. All the wires done fell down. And so guess what? When the electricity go, and you got all your money in bank accounts and in these different places, guess what? You ain't gonna be able to tell them how much money you have. They gonna tell you, we sorry, but our system down. And your phone gonna be down, that you got your app on, or that your banking app on. Come on. Oh, y'all all the way back there. I know y'all better not took that water bowl back there. Move and let her come in. Go get your little butt in there. Go. Hold on, man. I said, wait, little boy. Y'all was way back there, wasn't y'all? Y'all was back there chilling. What y'all was back there looking is going to see you, going to see your uncle. He was going to check out his daddy or what? But yeah, man, when all them apps get turned off, when them phones start messing up, and they tell you that they system down, Apple system down, and everybody else system down, and we can't verify how much money you had in your account, and they ain't, hey man, it's going, and then that's all gonna be a game. They gonna do you like that on purpose, cause they beating you out your paper. They keeping all the paper. And then the war gonna go on for so long. It's gonna go on for so long that you know you ain't gonna we ain't gonna never come back from it. Not as long as we here. And one thing I tell people that you can believe is this: if they could make slavery legal again, man, a lot of people will be slaves. Come on, let's go get it. Come on. Damn, boy, you getting big. You getting too big for me to keep carrying out here. I can't keep picking you up. You too damn big. Y'all two gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna get to a place. The world gonna come to a place where you ain't gonna be able to get out. It's gonna be stuck. And you know, a lot of us ain't gonna be here to see it, because it might take a while before this happens. But about 3 or 4 generations from now, the world gonna be messed up. And especially America. And I hate to say this, but my race, we gonna take the hardest hit. We gonna take the hardest hit because of our foolish nature. our foolish nature gonna make us take the hardest hit because of the stuff we teaching our own children and the stuff that we allowing them to see because we think it's funny or we think it's cool or whatever your reasoning is for your child to see the mess you let them see. It's gonna be the biggest part of our downfall. Believe it or not, it's gonna be the biggest. It's gonna be the biggest part of our downfall. So is because we gonna let our loved ones feed off of something that they don't need to be feeding off of. And you know they already working good on it. I just realized an app just yesterday called Clubhouse. And I'm late on Clubhouse, but they tell me Clubhouse this been out. And I'm like, how in the hell I ain't know about it? But I sat and I listened to a lot of the conversations on Clubhouse. And I listened to a lot of dudes telling their business. I see a lot of dudes telling their business on there that really was supposed to be kept to themselves. If I was the police, I could have went on there and took a whole bunch of people to jail. Just from listening to their conversations. I could have found a way to have incarcerated all of them. Just because of the stuff they was allowing to come out of their mouth. They was literally incriminating their own selves. And I mean, like, literally, to where I was just like, man, you know, it's some stuff you just can't believe. Even when you heard with your own ears, you just like, man, no, that can't be real. That can't be real. And that stuff be real as all outdoors. But man, I heard people on there, and I ain't even go. And if you don't know what, I don't care because for real, I already know. If I tuned into it and it caused me to listen to it, I already know that the people listening to it, I guarantee you the police on it. And I can guarantee you they is, man. And these dudes they was reckless. Man, some of the conversations they was talking about on there, man, it made you say, this probably who took my stuff. Yeah, that's what it'll do. It'll probably made you say, this probably who stole my stuff, boy. Talk about, man, it was crazy as hell. It was so crazy that I listened to it for hours. I stayed on there and just listened to it because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that people would. I couldn't believe that people would put themselves out there like that. Like take the chances to, incriminate themselves like that. Like they on there like that thing can't be tapped. You know? Like can't nobody hear it but them. And if you ask me, it's probably gonna be a new way that they gonna use to indict people, to get people to tell on people, get them on Clubhouse, and get them to talk. And the girls, they mouths just as bad as the dudes. That's what really got me. I'm telling myself, that shit they had me so messed up. I was like, well, if that was my daughter, man, I had my foot in her behind. Man, I'd kill my daughter. Yeah. Literally. Was damn near killed my daughter. Talking the way they talking on her. And I mean, man, I'm talking about, man, boy. Woo. It make you say, man, this ain't right. I know this ain't real. Man, quit trying to get ready to jump up. You always try to jump up so you get ready to start something. You need to stop that shit, man. Boy, look at Lil Crook. Lil Crook, you getting up there now, ain't you? You spreading out, boy. You getting big, boy. Go on to eat. Go on and knock it off so you get your weight up, man. Get your weight up. Get your weight up, fella. So, man, yeah, I've been working. I've been working on my dogs on the low. I've been working real low key on my dogs. People thinking don't be knowing how I work. They don't think I be working. They think I just have these dogs and they just sit here. Man, these dogs is gonna be the dogs that's gonna be the reason why I got a training school. It's gonna be a reason why people gonna be indulged in coming to my school of training for dogs. These dogs is what's gonna get me sharpened up on that. These dogs gonna be the way that I come and make it happen. What's up, man? Huh? What's up, dog? Huh? What's up? Huh? Come on. Let's go. Come on. You ready? Up. And away. Don't pay him no mind. All right. Go on in there. Go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Talk to him, boy. What you got to say? Talk to him, boy. Huh? Talk to him, boy. Talk to him, boy. There you go. Talk to him, boy. I hear you. Talk to him. Talk to him, cuz. Huh? Talk to him, boy. Yeah, talk to him, boy. Oh, man, I forgot all about you. Damn. Hold up, man. Hold on. 12's in the trunk sounding like a hurricane. You done? I want to finish that off, dude. Come on, dude. 12's in the trunk sounding like a hurricane. Little girl. Shut up. Come back in there. Stop. There you go. I know. Stop, girl. Oh, a strong self. Strong in the head. Super strong feet. I say super strong feet. Uh-oh. Little mom in there barking. She hungry. I know. I made her wait on purpose today to eat this last time. She gonna punish me. 12's in the trunk sounding like a hurricane. Then you got black people in Hollywood, man, black people, all these rich black folks, and they can't even get along with each other. They be in these movies and all this stuff, and they can't even get along with one another. Talk about billionaires and millionaires, and they going against each other. You go on YouTube and all that stuff, and you go look up all these different actors and all this, man, and they at each other's head. They holding each other down. They keeping each other from going forward. Instead of working together, they get so much money, and that money get to a point to where they can't understand the money. The money done took them over. To the point of they start using God. They start using God and using Bible verses. They start using God, using Bible verses, and they disrespected the Most High. You know, they not even ordained, and they laying hands. And they just doing a whole bunch of demonic things. And then when you get somebody that's gonna be real and gonna tell what the hell going on, they kill them. They end up dead some type of way or another. And now it's done got set up to where we killing our own greats. The white people ain't gotta do it. The CIA ain't gotta do it. The government ain't gotta do it. All you gotta do is just give them a little money. and they'll get jealous and kill each other. That's how they look at us. Give us enough money, and we'll get jealous and kill each other. And as sad as it is, it's true. Black man can't have nothing, because another black man always trying to take it from him. Yep. Can't have nothing, because our own kind gon' do whatever he can to take it from him. And I ain't talking no street stuff, I'm talking period. Acting roles. And everybody else got it good, got it the best, and guess what? Guess who they want to be? They want to be us. And we try and figure out why you want to be us. Why you want to be us? We got it worse than y'all. We got it worse than anybody on the planet. But then, when we look at it outside of the planet, we got more than everybody else, too. When it comes to God, and it comes to higher powers and things of that nature, we got a lot more than a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie. One thing we gonna do is we gonna love God. We don't love nothing and nobody else. We gonna love the Lord, and we gonna love Allah. But we ain't gonna love each other. We ain't gonna love each other, but boy, we gonna pray. We gonna pray. As soon as we see somebody that we don't like, don't care for, we gonna talk bad on them, we gonna shit on them, ain't gonna care to even care to see them. Ain't gonna tell the next person, man, I seen that clown. He was being a clown like always. Man ain't trying to do nothing but live his life. Let us tell it. He a clown. First thing we do is listen to it and go repeat it. Oh yeah, such and such said he a clown. Here go another murder. Got your name in somebody's mouth. Here go another murder. This son got so bad where murder funny to some guys. Some guys laugh and say they smoking on dead people. I heard somebody say that yesterday on that Clubhouse app. dude said, man, I'm smoking on this dead nigga. This dead nigga strong. He was smoking on some weed, I guess. And he said, hey, stop, boy. He said, this dead nigga strong. And I just said, wow. I said, boy, we all messed up. We messed up. Like, we ain't got a chance. If God don't do it, it ain't gonna be done. Don't let the devil do it. 'Cause if the devil do it, you really know what time it is. You let him do it, you really know it's a wrap. It's OVA. It's over. It's over and over. All I want is a young little Toyota. Go to the store, throw away the baking soda. Okay. So now, got a decision to make. I'm gonna get back with y'all. Peace. Pause up.